It's TMNT time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Baxter Stockman figure. We had a look at Baxter in the 2-pack the other day. This time we're going to have a look at the video game version. And ahead of this review, I heard a lot of bad things about this one. And I wasn't really super excited about it. And I thought they would just repaint the animated version. But having a look inside of the box, this is not the case. There's clearly some changed stuff about this, so let's have a look at it. After looking at him for a little bit, I get what the trouble is with this figure. Now, first of all, he stands about 15.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we are going up to 6 inches tall. For size comparisons, I have here's Jalter, Neca Cartoon Baxter Stockman, Neca Arcade Raph, the Super 7 Baxter Stockman, Bandai Salamander's Intercessor, and Darkseid. Now for your overall look and detail, he's too small. Not the height, but the overall scale of the figure. I have a couple of pictures from the video games and you can judge for yourself. He's all hunched over, he's pretty thick in the legs, pretty thick in the arms, and even like the body mold itself is a lot bigger than it should be. Also, the hair is a lot more frizzy. And it seems like he should be purple around the eyes. The eyes also look like they're kind of like melting, going down and whatnot. So that's the entire problem I feel like that a lot of people have, that it's just not really accurate to the game. In fact, real quick, here's the Super 7 one, which I'm not going to have a comparison with these guys because it's something completely different. But I feel like this is the body that they should have used, which obviously it's a different company and they cannot use Super 7's body mold. But what I'm saying is, look, it's a lot bigger in the arms, it's a lot bigger in the legs, and he's all hunched over and stuff. And that would make for an amazing arcade-style Baxter. What Neca did here was, okay, we have the cartoon Baxter, we're going to replace some of the arms, and we're going to make the arms and legs bigger, going to give him a new head sculpt, bada bing, bada boom, and that's it. So, the result is okay, you know, it looks like a good figure. Also, the wings are pathetically small, but the result looks good. But it's not accurate to the game. Now moving on. There, little guy. Don't be sad. It's not your fault. Now overall, I still want to have a look at the figure without keep talking about the fact that it's not video game accurate. We had that now. Let's move on. It's still nice and colorful, and I still like the mold. There's no really issues with it. Have orange hair with lots of detail going down in it. In the front, you got the big rounded eyes with somewhat of a pixel, just a little square in there, which goes for the pixelation theme of the entire figure. Bright green in his snout, which you can open up to reveal the one tooth, and a nice red tongue. In the back you got some pink wings, which at first I thought were see-through, but the more I play around with it, I don't see anything. Do you see my fingers behind that? No, so guess it's not see-through, and his extra arms in the back. Now, one thing to note, there's nothing ripped up in here. Like with the cartoon one, I talked about it, how much I liked it, that they kind of ripped it up a little bit where the wings and arms burst out. Didn't do it with this guy, and it's just kind of weird because like they could have just taken the same mold, but regardless of that, didn't do it. In the front, you got more pixelation in the shirt and a little bit on his fly. Gray and white going on throughout the arms. There's nothing on it, I guess, on his arms in the back, now that I notice that. The wings, that's also accurate, because in the wings there wasn't really anything going on with pixels. Going down to the pants, you got the dark blue in the back and the light blue in the front with some pixels moving around, even in the back here, and then you see in the front, it goes over to the side a little bit. Also on the knees, and we go down to his turtle feet, which once again don't have pixelation. What is it with the feet? They kind of had that with the turtles already, that they didn't pixelate the feet, and it's just kind of weird. There is some under his shirt over there, by the way. More detail in the hands also, same as with the feet. And yeah, I mean overall, it looks pretty nice. The articulation, I might add, is quite good. That movement is fairly decent, moves up and down, does tilt side to side, and it does go all the way around, but you do get more of it if you combine it with the neck. Now you can see the big hinge over there, can move that up and down all the way. Does not tilt, but you can swivel it somehow. I've managed to do it a little bit, but it's so stiff and hard. Stiff and hard.
I swear that was completely unintentional, but still funny in hindsight.
It does work, just take my word, but I can't really get it right now. You have to really push on it. I line it up straight before, and I can't really get it to that point again. You got the hinges in the wings, those move up and down and rotate all the way around. Same for his extra arms, up and down and around. Shoulder is a packed in hinge, as such you can't move it up and swivel. Oh my god, this is also very, very stiff. Be careful with it, be slow and gentle. Double hinge in the elbow, one in the upper part and one in the lower part. Those can also rotate all the way around. The hand is on a hinge, goes up and down and swivel. His shirt is soft plastic, by the way, so you do get some motion out of it. I don't really know what's going on under there, but it does move forward, does move to the back, and it does swivel without any hindrance. Crotch piece is also soft plastic. As such, you get it forward with the legs, to the back, and out to the side. And as you can tell, the legs, yeah, they're not very strong, but you also can rotate it on the thigh. You got the double hinged knees. The feet are also on hinges, so they do move up and down, and they do pivot out to the side in an angle. For your accessories, first of all, you got the backdrop of the stage in the box, Big Apple 3 AM, so you can use that and display it. My ring light is radiating off of it, so that's kind of annoying, but there you go. Nice little piece to remember the video game. Then you have hands. You got two open hands to hold on to your accessories, well, your guns mostly, because that is the accessories, guns. Then you have some fist hands to punch somebody. You have his Uzi in the nice pixelated look, which is the first weapon he uses, but if you punch him a little bit more, he loses that one and replaces it with this gun. And that is what I'm just gonna call the jelly gun, because it is for this jelly arm, which just goes off my review desk, and you pack it in the front, and there you go, you have the jelly gun. It's a tight fit, but there you go, it goes in there. Now, first problem I have with this, it looks cool. It is a very big accessory, so I appreciate that, but why is there no ball joint? Why is there just a pack in here? Why can you not rotate this around? You have some articulation in the front of the hand, that's cool, but it will always go up in an angle like that, so you always have to just kind of like angle it, or I don't know, kind of move it around maybe, like that. Now it goes down. Well, okay, sure. There's ways to play around with it. I just would have preferred if you could have moved the blast of the gun part in the front. And also, very weird, I've not seen those for Neca yet. You got the Neca base, which is an okay base, it's not really great. Also, this is to hold on to the energy effect, because there's no way in hell his arm can lift this up. So you have some kind of piece in the middle to hold on to it, and it doesn't really clamp onto it, it just kind of lays on there. So, you know, it's also not great, but it's just okay. But yeah, back to the base. I don't know, it's weird. It has this claw, which you can tighten. Always you have the screws exposed, so you can tighten every joint of it. You cannot move this around. It's kind of rectangular, so it snaps into place when it's on. You can't really move it, but you can put it on and off, and it always just like kind of fixes in one stop. And I'm not the biggest fan of it, and also the claw is pretty big. But yeah, also the base itself is pretty big, so I don't. This is the Neca base. You also have this ratchet stuff down here. Let me see, it is ratcheted. You have these things, and there you go. So it does hold the pose. It should hold the pose of that. But yeah, it's cool that you get a base for Baxter, because he's flying around, so they really hit all the boxes, ticked all the boxes when it comes to accessories. But when it comes to the execution of the accessories, it's alright. Final thoughts for this Baxter Stockman figure, and the first thing to note is that even though he does have the noodle legs, he does keep the pose. The figure itself, I love it. Like the articulation, the paint job, and the accessories are excellent. But now we're getting back to the part which I started the review with. Basically, this is not video game accurate. So realistically, final thoughts of this figure is partially recommended. It's really 50-50. If you're like looking at this figure and saying, that's arcade Baxter, I don't care if he's not large enough and whatnot, that's fine. Pick it up, no problemo. But if you want a 100% video game accurate Baxter Stockman, unfortunately, this one is not it. But then again, it is the closest we have so far, because there's nothing else. Realistically, if Super 7 ever gets the rights to do like arcade stuff, that
that mold would be probably the best one for it. But we're not there yet as of right now. This is still a solid figure, but it's just not accurate. And that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Baxter wants.
Arcade accuracy.